I want to take you through a real example now. So I'm going to tell you about Lucy, who was a previous client of mine. Lucy's not her real name. So Lucy came to me feeling completely stuck. So she had been really struggling for about a year before she came to see me. She said that she had been trying everything. She was on HRT. She was taking all these supplements. She felt that she had made all the dietary changes. She was also trying to lose weight at the same time, but she still felt completely awful. She was exhausted. She wasn't sleeping. She was avoiding social situations because she was having experienced anxiety about that. So it wasn't even just going into a room full of people. It was things like getting on the train. She was worried that, she'd miss a stop, that she'd lose her bag, anything. Sometimes she wouldn't even know why she felt anxious. She just didn't feel like herself anymore. When you reach that point, like Lucy was, where you're waking up consistently, like 2-3 times a night, dragging yourself through every day, that has a significant impact. Of course it does. It would affect anyone, wouldn't it? So when we first spoke, she was skeptical. She happily admitted that, but she was also feeling like, I don't think anything can help me now. I've tried everything. I just don't know what to do. This is where things, I think, got interesting for Lucy, because she had been throwing everything at this for quite a long time now. But my take on it with her was taking a step back, looking at her entire day, and really small incremental steps that we could make for her to start feeling better and quickly. We really wanted to start on working with sleep with Lucy, and that's why looking at her whole entire day rather than just the evening was going to be important, because good sleep doesn't just start with a bedtime routine, it starts from the moment you get up. So looking at your whole day, Lucy's whole day, was a really important first step for us. So areas that we looked at, tackling Lucy's phone habits. So Lucy was someone that she used her phone as her alarm when she woke up in the morning. The very first thing she did was to pick up her phone, start scrolling through social media. So she might just, without even realising, been on her phone for half an hour as soon as she woke up. That's not great for your brain and really kind of feeds into that anxiety. So that was an area that we would need to look at. But, it was throughout the day with the phone. It was constant. It was like a reward, get a little task done at work, go on the phone. And then the worst thing was, like being on her phone or a laptop, checking emails, 11 o'clock at night, sometimes starting to do work at that point because she realised that she'd missed something in the day. So she was doing a lot to kind of make up for other aspects of her menopause symptoms. So she really felt the pressure at work. And that was leading into her personal life as well. When she was waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, she was grabbing her phone, taking that downstairs with her, doing the good old doom scroll that we all know so much about, and then going down that rabbit hole when you see that quick fix and making those late night expensive purchases. So setting phone curfews. So Lucy was putting her phone away at 8 o'clock. She was putting it in a drawer. She was using a normal alarm clock rather than her phone to wake her up in the morning, which also meant that she wasn't on her phone first thing in the morning. So we could start implementing new routines for her. As soon as her alarm went off, she would get up, go outside. But we'll come on to other aspects of that later on. So we was also looking at Lucy's eating patterns. So her last meal was often 9 o'clock in the evening. If she was coming back late, unprepared, she couldn't be bothered to cook. She might not have the ingredients to cook because she hadn't prepared earlier on in the week. So it might be just grabbing something at a takeaway on the way back home, quite often accompanied by a glass of red wine, which she actually drank because she mistakenly thinking that would help her sleep. So little things. So we moved her dinner earlier, looking again, getting the like real foundations of her week sorted out. So when she did her shopping, that she knew what she'd be cooking in a week. She knew when she was going to have time to cook, when she didn't. So on the days that she was coming home late, there was something sat there ready and waiting in the fridge for her. So again, it's coming back to that, really breaking down your whole entire day, your whole entire week, and making life easy for yourself. And again, particularly looking at foods that she was eating for dinner, making sure that they were rich in protein, healthy fats, and all the leafy greens, types of things that encourage good sleep anyway. And the wine, we moved that to, well, for Lucy anyway, we moved that just to the weekend. So she was cutting back quite significantly in the week as well. And the real game changer for Lucy was actually looking at her breathing technique. So what we did was to do a breathing assessment. So that's looking at Lucy's natural breathing pattern so that we could start shifting her away from this constant state of stress, which a lot of us are caught in. We'll be completely unaware of that. But with functional breathing, it's really easy to correct that. So we'll take your body from being in a constant state of stress and putting you into a nice rest and digest. So you're relaxed, your body knows it's safe, relax you for sleep. So that's something that we did with Lucy. And as part of that as well, we created like an evening wind down routine. She had a book that she got like the previous Christmas that she hadn't got around to reading. So for her, it was things like making sure the lights in the house were dimmed from about 8 o'clock, that her mobile phone was put away from that point. I think she was having like a warm shower, getting in some comfy clothes, starting to like let your body know that it's starting to wind down for bed.